Hello YouTube, this is OJ Cubing and welcome back to my 3x3x3 or Rubik's Cube tutorial. This is where we left off. We've got our yellow cross. Now we're just going to do the yellow face and then finish off all the edges and stuff. So let's keep going. So the next thing we want to do is get a yellow face, and again it doesn't matter which way it is as long as we have all yellows on the top. And to do that we're going to use one algorithm which will later be known as the sune algorithm, spelled S-U-N-E. So this algorithm is making sure that if we have a fish shape, so this is the fish, kind of looks like it's swimming along, so we've only got one corner that is yellow on top, and we're going to place that in the bottom left hand corner and perform the algorithm R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So we might need to do this up to 3 times, so we're going to place it again in here. We're going to do R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, and that has got us our yellow face. To look at some more examples, we're going to first of all look at if we have no yellow corners on the top. So what we're going to first of all do is we're going to find where we have 2 yellow corners. So here we have 2 yellows and that are facing forwards at the moment, but we want them facing to the left. So then we're going to perform our sune algorithm again, which is R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, and then it'll get you back into this fish so that you can go and perform it again, and then it should get a yellow face. If not, then do that algorithm once more. Or it might look something that is sort of like a cricket bat, I guess. So it's got 2 yellow corners that are adjacent to each other, so you want to make sure that they are in the back, and we're going to perform the algorithm again, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, and that is going to get you back to this cross so that we can do this again, which gets us into the fish, so we can do this again. And the last scenario is when you have something that I like to call the double fish, because it looks like the fish but twice, but also known as the bow tie because it kind of looks like a bow tie. And for this algorithm we're going to hold so that the 2 yellow corners are in the back left and the front right. I'm going to do that algorithm again, and that should get us back into our yellow cross. Again, we do the same thing, do that algorithm we've learned, keep going basically until you get a white face. So next of all, we want to position all of the corners in our cube so that they're in the right place. And in the end of it, we're going to get something that looks like this. As you can see, each corner is in the right place, but the edges aren't yet. But we'll come back to that in the next step. So first of all, we want to try and find 2 corners that are the same. So these 2 are the same. So we're going to put them where they need to be so that we've got this shape here. Don't worry about that edge. As long as these 2 corners are the same, it's fine. And now we're going to perform this algorithm as follows, which is R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2, and then finish off with a U prime. And that has solved all of our corners, and we just need the edges to worry about. However, if you don't have any matching corners, as you can see, none of these are matching each other, and you're going to perform that algorithm again.
R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2,
and then finish off with a U. And then we can line this up here again so that we can just do that algorithm one more time until all of those corners should be solved. So guys, this is the final stage, and what we're going to be trying to do here is get a completely solved cube. And so to start off with, we're going to have a look at our cube and we're going to see whether there are any edges that are correct. So this edge is correct at the moment, and as you can see, these 3 are not. So we're going to place the correct edge in the back, and we're going to hold it like this. Now we're going to have a look at which piece needs to go where. So this is an orange piece, and this is the orange face. So this orange piece needs to go there. This is a red piece, This is the red face, so that red piece needs to come over here. and that is the blue piece which needs to go here. So we're doing a movement like this. It might take a while to get used to this, but this is the clockwise rotation. And so for that we're going to do this algorithm here. F2, U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2, and there is your cube completely solved. Now in this case we can see that this piece needs to go over here and that to there, so this is an anti-clockwise rotation, and for that we're going to do the following algorithm. F2, U prime, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U prime, F2, and then it is solved. So there are two more scenarios left where none of the edges are correct. So in this one, these two have been flipped, and this one, these two have been flipped, and here, these two and these two have been flipped. So with both of these scenarios, we just need to hold it anywhere we like as long as the yellow is the top face, and perform either of the clockwise or anti-clockwise algorithms. So I'm going to do F2, U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. And that's going to get me back to this stage where I can see it's again a clockwise rotation. So F2, U, L, R prime, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. And so that should cover all the cases, and now you have solved the cube. Well done, guys. And I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial and you can now solve the cube. I'm going to be doing some tips and tricks now, but just go away, memorize these algorithms, solve it a lot so that it helps you memorize them, and then well done, you can solve the cube. So these are some tips and tricks from me. So if we got to get this into there, we're going to do the normal algorithm, but we're going to do something slightly different. So we're going to do U prime, L prime, U, L, but then we're going to turn the cube so that the white bit is facing us, and then it'll be a lot easier to get it down into there, because all we need to do is U, and then the F becomes the R, and then U prime, R prime, and that will get it down into there. And if we have to do it on the right, then we're just going to do U, R, U prime, R prime, turn it so that that's facing forwards, and then U prime, L prime, U, L. Another little trick I like to use with the corner placement is, so when I'm doing this algorithm here, I like to hold it so that I bring this down to here, because D moves are much easier than back moves. And we're just continuing on the algorithm, just instead of having it there, we're holding it this way. And then as you bring that up, we're going to bring that to there. And that should just make it a little bit easier for you to be able to do. So the only other tips and tricks I can think of is get better algorithms, and I'll have advanced and intermediate tutorials up at some point. But for example, with this one, instead of doing the really laborious, still going, instead of that, you can just use a really quick little trick like that, which I'll probably do in the later tutorial. And other than that, buy a speed cube. They're really quick. Look. Yeah, speed cubes are much better than Rubik's brand, which I can't even do that with. This is my Diane Zanchi. You can get any speed cube you want, really. Whatever suits your fancy. Also lubricate if you want to go really fast. But the best thing is practice. I've been solving this Rubik's cube for probably over a year now, and as you can see, I've got quite fast at it. The longer you do it for, the better you become. And so yeah, have fun solving, guys, and I'll see you all later. So this is one of the tips and tricks I like to use for the edge dropping algorithm. And so we need to get that into there. We're going to do the normal thing of, sorry, there's a plane in the background.